And joining me now at the desk is said former sports director, Jay Tust, making an appearance at the desk. Jay, that last trip to Florida, man, that lightning sounded loud.
Yeah, that was a wild experience. First off, welcome to Boise, and to Channel 7 for that matter. You're going to have a blast covering this team and here on Bronco Roundup game day. I know it's a lot of work, but you're doing a great job. The trip to Florida last time in 2021 was absolutely wild. We had to park farther away than any other stadium I've ever been to. They only let us in about 90 minutes before kickoff. As you know, we got to set the build and all that stuff. We barely got it done in time. We hop on air, we go live, and then the loudest thunder strike I've ever heard in my life hit. It was actually kind of a godsend, though, because it gave me a minute just to kind of go off camera and catch my breath for a second.
Right, regroup a little bit.
Which, as you know, that might be a good thing every now and then, right?
Yeah. Looking forward to these commercial breaks so I can do that a little bit myself. But yeah, I mean, you know, that Florida weather, man, I mean, of course, that Florida State game where that hurricane hit, you guys make the trek from Jacksonville all the way down to Tallahassee to catch that. And then the Broncos somehow pull out some magic late in that second half. I mean, that was an unbelievable game. Again, you were there on the sidelines watching.
Maybe the most remarkable thing about that, Jordan, is the fact that in about a 24-hour period, Boise State found a way to move a traveling party of like 200 people out to Tallahassee to accommodate playing in Tallahassee. But yeah, we were down in that game, 18 points, and had a true freshman quarterback in Hank Bachmeier who had caught up recently. He's doing great. He named his kid Bronco.
Really?
It's no coincidence, by the way. His wife, or fiance I should say, was a dancer at Boise State, so they still are very fond of Boise State, but a very memorable moment. They come back, they beat Florida State 36-31, and that was one of my more memorable games, covering Boise State, Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about like the adversity that the team faces on a regular basis. A lot of this, and Spencer Danielson talks about this, so much of this is out of your control. The environment, the climate, where you're going to play, and they do their best. And I feel like they've got this great reputation of just controlling their own elements and taking the field and just doing what they know best.
Outside of that 2021 trip, where they lost to South Florida, or Central Florida, they actually got up in that game. It was kind of the exact opposite of Florida State. And then, the Golden Knights come roaring back and they win that contest. But outside of that, the heat and humidity is always a storyline when they come down south, whether it be Georgia Southern last year or 2017 when they went to Troy. It's never been a storyline during the game or after the game, though. What means that suggests to me they're always prepared for whatever they're going to face, when they go out on the road. I think Spencer Danielson specifically does a phenomenal job at it, and I would be shocked if the weather is any type of storyline today for the Boise State football team.
Yeah, and hey, so far so good. I mean, we just got blue skies all around.
And a slight breeze that feels wonderful.
Yeah, I'm hoping this sticks around. So I want to ask, I know a lot of fans are, kind of curious. They're wondering, how in the world do you replace a guy like Ashton Genty? You've followed this team for so many years, and you've been with them specifically this offseason. I mean, these guys brought back some studs to the running back room.
I think an important thing to that question, as we turn the page, just take a moment and realize you witnessed greatness. There is one Ashton Genty.
Absolutely.
And you gotta witness it last year. I mean, if you would have told, and who knows what the future holds, because if you would have told me there was somebody that came in and had a better season than Jay Tust did in 2014, I would have called you crazy.
Right.
And Ashton blew him out of the water, right? So you never know what's around the corner. I'm not predicting Malik Sherrod or Sire Gaines are going to rush for 2,601 yards. I'm not predicting that. But you know what? Maybe together they can. And I think by the end of the night, we'll call it 7 o'clock back in Boise, I think Malik Sherrod's going to be a household name. I think the people already know about Sire Gaines, but I think Malik Sherrod now is going to burst onto the scene, and everybody's going to forgive him for spending 5 years at Fresno State. They're going to wrap their arms around him and embrace him. I think he's a really, really special player.
Well, because we can't all be perfect, but it's about what you do next, right? Well, let's end things with you. I think a lot of people might have been surprised to see my goofy face come in to take over as sports director and see Jay leave. So what are you doing now? Talk about Bronco Studios.
Yeah. We're having an awesome time, man. We're getting it off the ground. It is a build the plane as you fly it effort, but I got a great support staff. Christopher Coots, Cody Gogler. You're going to talk with Jeremiah Dickey here in just a minute. They have a tremendous vision, and we're doing our best. But we got a little taste of it when we were out on the road yesterday, being around the team, got to go to the final practice, something I never really got to do in a week. Fast Friday, hit up Tony Dungy coming out of the team meeting. So there's definitely some fun stuff that I haven't experienced it. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, live at 4 o'clock on YouTube for now.
All right, perfect. That's where people can and find you.
Yeah.
Jay, hey, this was an honor.
Hey, buddy.
Thanks so much
Have
for coming
fun,
back.
okay?
Absolutely.
All right.
I'll see you on the road games, all right?
Good.